Episode 299, UFO Buster Radio, Monday. I know you guys walked around all day today with the case of the Mondays. You know, that day where you finally realized that no matter what you did, you could not hold on to the weekend. You just couldn't. I mean, you walked into work smelling of all kind of alcohol. You didn't brush your teeth. Your butt's dirty. Hoping that you could hold on to the weekend, but it didn't work. Yeah. Adulthood just slapped you in the face again. Another time. And what do? You stroll into work and you put up with whatever you can. Yeah, you probably get it with or without the grease while you're there, but at least you have Manny Moorreger to cheer you up. So I'm here for episode number 298. This is UFO Buster Radio News. We got two articles to talk about today. One of them, one of them is a cataclysm. One of them is going to end life as you know it, probably in December, if you're not careful. Yeah, because you know every year in December, we go through this. The world is going to end. So this December is no different than any other December. The world's going to end again. And again and again. But this could be the year. This could be the year for you and I to kiss our asses goodbye. Yeah. Someone's going to put a dagger right through the flat earth turtle. It's over. And it's not like a cat either. They picked the fucking turtle. How dumb were you as a flat earther to pick a turtle when you could have picked a cat and had like 9 lives? No. You were not smart enough to pick an animal to have multiple lives. So when that final rock, that doomsday rock, hits the planet, it's over. The fat lady has sung. Your turtle shell is broken. And you're blowing the smithereens. On the good side, you don't got to worry about, paying alimony, child support, bills. All that shit's fucked too. So there's a silver lining in everything, isn't there? You don't got to go to work either. So, yeah, that sucks. So today I got 2 articles. One of them, the first one that we're going to talk about, is fascinating because there is something that Lieutenant Commander Fravor said during the Joe Rogan Experience interview, which I was perplexed about, but I was like, you can't really call the dude out, he's Commander Fravor. You can't say nothing. But an individual came forward again through an article across several publications that they said something happened that Fravor said did not. So we'll talk about that in the article. And the other one, again, is the Kiss Your Ass Goodbye rock. So that's coming up. So before I do that, don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram at Manny Moonraker. On the UFO Buster Radio page, you could be brave enough to join the Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, you be our truth seekers. And then if you feel real funky, you can get on Twitter and join up UFO Buster Radio. The other thing, too, if you're into things that are scary and go, bump in the night, you could then venture on to the Dark Horde. That's right. The Dark Horde. The links are in the description. There is a webpage for the Dark Horde and also a Twitter account. And I'm starting to get that going. I have a bit of a automation issue going on Twitter right now where I am scraping the Twitterverse for scary stories, which are being put on the Dark Horde page on Twitter by the Dark One. I don't know who that is. You don't know who it is, but you don't want to meet up with the Dark One. And just know that the Dark One is sitting next to some kind of a cauldron with bodies hanging, posting Twitter feeds just for you. Just know that. So don't waste any fucking time. Get on there. And if you don't have a Twitter account, sign up for one. Stop fucking around. Welcome to this century. And socialize yourself. Damn it. Let's play a little song. Because I feel like we have to be a bit brighter about the doomsday we're about to talk about.
Let's get some sun, baby, it's time to go. All we need to put on is the radio. I can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. No, we run the show. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Got to live or we get too old. Come on, shine, shine a little tonight. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Ain't no limit while we go for gold. We can shine, shine a little tonight. Shine a little tonight. Shine a little Let's hit the club, time to make a move. We got it late, ain't got nothing to prove. I can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. No, we run the show. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Got to live or we get too old. Come on, shine, shine a little tonight. Let's get louder, come on, lose control. Ain't no limit while we go for gold. We can shine, shine a little tonight. Shine a little tonight. Shine a little
It's time for another Tic Tac story. During the interview with Joe Rogan, my favorite buddy in the world, the guy that is bringing this story to where it needs to be, Commander Lieutenant Fravor, he was asked a question about people showing up, maybe taking tapes. Actually, I don't remember I think he just said it, just out of the blue. He just like, I don't remember anybody taking any tapes, Men in Blacks. It was something like that. He doesn't sound that way. By the way, I make the funny voice or whatever, but I really think he looks like Robin Williams, so I like that guy. There is no doubt to me that he is speaking the truth about his incident, and if we ever find out the opposite, I'll be mortified. Completely and totally mortified. It turns out that besides the folks that were in those Hornets, those Super Hornets, along with Lieutenant Commander Fravor, of course, there were people who actually were following the issues that surrounded those days when the Tic Tac UFO was acting up, showing off, back in 2004. And there was an article recently published on Popular Mechanics and also right now on space.com, of all fucking places, which of course alludes to the several days in November of 2004, 15 years ago, where, you know, that flotilla was hanging out about 100 miles outside of Southern California, and it detected this strange signals, stuff going crazy in the air. And I'm sure they were thinking, God, all this fucking hardware, this shit's not working right. What is all this nonsense? What the hell is going on? It turns out that some of these veterans from that situation, when they got together, they talked to Popular Mechanics about the Navy Strike Group Carrier Group 11, which was, of course, sailing with the Nimitz and Princeton, because they were getting ready to head out to a specific mission out in the Arabian Sea. So they were all out together, chilling out off of the coast of Southern California, getting their training on. With these other veterans were actually quoted as saying, because there was actually, I want to say over the summer, there was a Tic Tac video, Nimitz incident, YouTube video that was really being promoted quite a bit. And these guys were actually on it. The name that might be familiar to you in this whole Tic Tac situation, besides Fravor, might be a Gary Voorhis. Yeah, that guy. Gary Voorhis was actually, I believe, on the Princeton. And I might have this incorrectly. But I believe he was on the Princeton. And he was one of the folks that saw the strange radar signals and described the Tic Tac situation as sometimes being up as far as 80,000 feet, other times down at 30,000 feet, and sometimes just acting so erratically that it was not behaving like any known craft. Kind of makes you think, right? He says that he also saw through a pair of binoculars when he actually put eyes on the Tic Tac at night, that it gave off a phosphorus glow and that it would dart around in various directions. This is some crazy ass stuff here. How many of you might be having second thoughts that maybe this isn't man-made? Because if you think it's a drone, how many drones put out a phosphorus glow just flying around? I don't know. And again, it could be some kind of technology that is used to defy gravity. And because of that, it puts out this glow. Who knows? I don't know. Who really knows? But Voorhis was the one who recalled, unlike what Fravor said, because he said he didn't hear about anyone showing up and taking tapes. Gary Voorhis recalled that sometime after they recorded the strange radio signals, two folks showed up on a helicopter, and 20 minutes later, Gary Voorhis is next up in command, advised them to turn over the data recordings. They also told him to delete the recordings on the ship. Here's a quote from him. They even told me to erase everything that's in the shop, even the blank tapes. What is it that you're trying to hide? That you're even going to erase blank tapes? Who the fuck erases blank tapes? That's some serious business. What the fuck was on those tapes that they didn't even know they recorded while they were sitting in the packaging? I mean, is it possible that these Tic Tac UFOs were giving out some signals that might have been somehow recorded on blank tapes? I don't know. Maybe they thought that Voorhis and the crew were fucking with them, so they decided, oh, just erase the blank tapes too. Just in case you're being rubber diggers and trying to steal the videos so that you can make some money off them. Whatever it is, it was top secret, right? So yeah, so this is one of the things that I found quite peculiar. Like I said, I saw this interview about the Nimitz incident on YouTube, and Gary Voorhis was on it, and he did say that people boarded the ship, and these two individuals, and they asked for the tapes. And they were getting rid of stuff. Something else that happened here is that they also requested for the hard drives to be deleted on the ship. Now, who has the authority to go from a helicopter, land on a naval strike carrier group, and erase all the evidence? Who has that authority? That really is the question here. So yeah, so maybe, Lieutenant Commander Fravor did not experience this because he wasn't sitting around on the Princeton when they were catching all these things, because honestly, he was in a training mission just like everyone else. And though he might have heard of this Tic Tac situation, it wasn't until that day that he ran across it that he really knew what was going on. But we have other Navy vets who are saying it went a little deeper than that. It wasn't just Commander Fravor and his F-18 buddies that actually saw what was happening. There were folks on the flotilla, on that carrier group, that actually saw what was happening. I mean, the story gets crazier and crazier as it goes along. I would hope that more people are encouraged to come forward, especially those that were there during the Nimitz incident. Because listen, we are right now at the 15-year mark. Soon no one's going to give two flying fucks about it. They really aren't. And it's going to be like Roswell, 30 years down the line. We're trying to figure out where these guys are, because some of them are dead, trying to figure out who the fuck is still alive so that we can interview them in 30 years from now, 30, 15, 20 years. The information is here now. People need to jump on it before this becomes another legacy incident that just disappears, never to be heard of again. On the flip side, many of you believe this is disclosure for you. This is happening right now. I don't know. I think even disclosure would still happen at a little faster pace with this much evidence. You don't see it as disclosure at all. I'm still not there yet, but I guess we'll see. We'll see if the momentum in this story finally gets an uptick. And then again, it could end up just like Roswell every year before the convention. Hey, we got new evidence. Oh, this just happened. New eyewitness. We dug him up from the grave. We just can't write this stuff anymore. It's happening. I think all of us, we're all fools. We're all fools for these kind of stories. When are we going to get it right? When are we going to get the real nitty gritty on what's going on in our skies? Sheesh.
I don't wanna feel this way, but it's not that easy. You're complicating things for me. No, it's not that easy. Maybe just a little time can heal me, but it doesn't feel the way. What are you doing to me? Why'd you break my heart? just that stupid. Thought that we were meant to be. Yeah, I'm just that stupid. Maybe just a little time can make you change your mind about us. I thought that we were meant to be. Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. For you. For you.
So this next story, it's about that rock, the final countdown, the rock that's going to kill us all off. And by the way, Big O is in the chat box at the moment, so somebody give Big O a shout out. This story is crazy. We've talked about this before several times regarding Nibiru, Planet X. Some people say Planet 9. That is the Doomsday Rock. Okay, just to give a little bit of a background, the Nibiru cataclysm is supposed to be a disastrous encounter between the Earth and a large planetary object that certain groups believe would take place in the 21st century. Believers in this doomsday event usually refer to this object as Nibiru or Planet X. Well, pick your girls, pick yourself up by a big group of panties, because it turns out that there is a Nibiru expert out of Israel who says we're fucked. Not in so many words, right? But anyway, the article says from breaking Israel news. By the way, because this is big news. Recent plague of asteroids, earthquakes, celestial shake and bake before Messiah. Yeah, totally. There is a verse here from the Bible. Well, actually, it's the Israel Bible. By the way, it's trademarked. And it says this: before the great and terrible day of Hashem comes, and there's an asterisk for some reason, I don't know why, I will set portents in the sky and on earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Joel 3:3. It's a lot more, I don't know, doom and gloom than Stone Cold 3:16, but that's what happened. It turns out that this particular expert, Yuval Ovadia from Israel, says the shit's about to hit the fan, folks. Get ready. Get ready, because we are about to kiss doom in the face. He brings to attention to the folks that read the article that there's been a rash of things like earthquakes. The big one threatening California, which is all the time, so I don't know how that's been, likened or connected to Nibiru. But he says, listen, it is the end of days. The reason why these near-Earth objects are coming towards the planet is because they're being pushed. Nibiru like a ship in the ocean. It's pushing these near Earth objects, or NEOs, towards the planet. Because it's coming. It's on its way. So get ready. It says a near miss is scheduled to take place on December 20th at around, put this down. Somebody get your Android and iPhones out, because you got to put this on your calendar, because, you're tech savvy. You could do this by the minute. December 20th at 11:17 Eastern Time, your goose is cooked. Everyone in your family, the fucking turtle we live on, everyone's pretty much fucked. Scientists have identified more than 20,000 NEOs, and about 40 new NEOs are discovered every week. Are you shitting me? That's a lot. So no wonder he's like running scared. I mean, Ovadia, he's shitting his pants. He's going everywhere. Shit, we're in trouble. So he says this. There's a quote from Ovadia here. He says he's got videos on Nibiru, and he's got about over 100,000 of views. And he says despite assurances by NASA and other experts, large asteroids slip through high-tech systems designed to detect them on a regular basis. And his specific quote is this: as Nibiru approaches, because he fucking really believes in Nibiru, more asteroids will appear. Nibiru is described in Jewish sources as a star, not an asteroid, but as it approaches, it pushes asteroids ahead like a ship, pushing water in front of it. Ovadia noted that the approach of Nibiru is the source of the recent wave of NEOs, as well as a recent wave of earthquakes that hit Southern California. So you guys in California, Nibiru is shaking you up. Well, you know what? If he was talking about California, wouldn't it be Bake and Wake? Isn't that what it is? Wake and Bake? I don't know. Wake and Bake, that's what it is. Come on. Nibiru is trying to wake you up. So you got to wake and bake. There's another quote by Ovadia here that says, earthquakes and volcanoes are on the increase, but rather than look for the cause under the earth, scientists should also be looking to the stars. Nibiru is huge, much larger than any asteroid, and it approaches. Its presence will affect a gravitational pull on the planet, bringing about earthquakes, volcanoes, and even weather changes. The cataclysm is on its way, and it better get here fast because, fuck, it's already, that's like about a month away. Where is this guy? Yuval Ovadia, this thing. Nibiru better be moving pretty fucking fast because it's not going to make it here in time. And by the way, he actually does have a miles per hour on this particular Nibiru version for this year. 26,843 miles per hour. Just in case you guys were counting. Actually, you know what? You plug a little math in this, and you could probably work this backwards just to figure out where the hell Nibiru is. Right? Because you got about, 32 days? And it's traveling at X speed. When will it get here? Crazy. I think it's something to keep an eye on. Like I said, every year we have a Nibiru scare. The planet's going to be blown to smithereens by this attacking force from space. This might be the year. And so on a side note, I try to look for some music that kind of show the spirit of Israel, because the story is coming from Israel, but this is what I got. It's something called Missing Cats. What I want to know is what kind of a life does he live right now? Because, I mean, yeah, it's about a month away. The plan is going to end. Life is gone. So what does he do? Does he just goes out on benders all night, finds a bunch of hookers, goes around slapping nuns and shit? I want to know what this guy does. Because according to him, it's the end. It's the end of the world as we know it, to quote a song. So what does he do? Does he go around does he throw his yarmulke on the floor and dance on it in front of his elders? What is it? Does he go around stopping bar mitzvahs? Because why get rid of your foreskin, right? I don't know. Somebody send him an email. Can you imagine this guy at parties right now? Sure, God, gloom and doom. He's probably making people jump out of windows. This is the episode for today. Apparently the only thing, the only thing I could find that was Israeli-like was missing cats. I don't know. If anyone's been to Israel and they've come across a lot of cats, that's probably why this is the only song that I found. Even the cats sounded fucking miserable, right? Because these cats were depressed. They probably know that the Nibiru is on its way as well. So there's some sad-ass cats out there, too. You can't even write this stuff anymore. I mean, stuff just happens. Nibiru is just going to happen. December 20th, stop fucking around. Get everything done ASAP. You do whatever you need to do because it's coming to an end pretty shortly. You wouldn't even fucking make it for Christmas, so don't buy no gifts. Don't put yourself in debt because there won't be any Christmas at all. There won't be people around for you to have Christmas with. They'll all be dead. Just like you, hurtling through space and time forever. I'm glad I depressed you today. By the time you hear this, it might be Tuesday. So, quit your job. Leave it. Just leave your job too. Don't worry about it. The kids need to be fed. They can fend for themselves. Fuck. If they survive the cataclysm, they might need to figure out how to eat like bugs and shit. I don't know. That guy is depressing. He really is. He just ruined my evening. I'll be back tomorrow because I'm not gonna let no Nibiru fuck up my outlook. I will be here all the way up until the bitch crashes here and blows us all away. Until then, sayonara.